The product you have in your hands is the Serrano Noel ham, a high-quality product. The item you just purchased includes a Noel ham, a box with all the pieces to assemble the ham stand, a ham knife, a ham cover, some instructions for assembling the stand, as well as some tips on how to cut the ham. The first step is to unpack and identify all the pieces to put together the ham stand. The box contains all the necessary parts to assemble it. Once you've assembled the stand, use the knife to cut off the plastic around the ham and remove it. The packaging used, both the plastic and the box which contain the parts of the stand, can now be recycled. Next, place the ham on the base you've just assembled, with the thickest part facing up. Once it's in place, tighten the large screw so that the ham is held firmly on the base. The ham has 4 perfectly differentiated parts to be cut: the matha, the thicker side, the babia, which is at the back of the thigh, the flank, the hock. And as for the bones, there are the hip bone, the femur, the tibia, the fibula. Start by cutting the ham on the thickest side. First of all, you have to remove the skin and the yellow fat covering the ham. Keep some long strips of the skin that you remove, as these will be used to protect the ham when you store it. We recommend keeping about 5 millimeters of fat covering the ham so you can savor the complex flavor of lean muscle and fat in each cut. The cut of the ham should be in a straight line to make flat cuts of around 2 centimeters in length. Continue making cuts of this size until you have the desired amount, always making sure that the ham is cut in a straight rather than a curved line. To keep the ham well preserved when it isn't being consumed, place the strips of fat and skin that you've cut off over the exposed part of the ham and drape a cloth over it for protection. The ham should be kept in a cool, dry place. Despite protecting the ham, you may find that in a few hours or days, some mold may appear on the first cut. This is a normal process when meat comes into contact with ambient moisture. Simply remove and discard the first superficial cut. In the hip bone section, cut around it gradually, leaving the bone exposed. Once you reach the tibia and fibula bones, make a deep step-shaped cut to make it easier to keep cutting in straight lines. The step shape can be done twice, as shown in the pictures. Always continue to make thin and straight cuts. Once about half of the ham has been cut, turn it over in order to cut the babia, the narrow side section. To do this, loosen the screw that holds it in place, turn it around, and then retighten the screw. Then, follow the same process you did before in the thigh area, starting by removing the skin and covering fat. In this position, make the cuts in the part of the flank and the hock, as these are the closest to the bone. Next, continue across the babia, back of the thigh. In this area, cut the ham in such a way that the cutting line runs parallel to the thigh section. When you reach a depth of about 10 centimeters, place the ham sideways so you can cut the remaining meat on the slant. Continue to make cuts to make the most of all the ham meat until you get to the bone. The ham left between the bones is cut into thick diced pieces, ideal for tapas. Serrano ham is ideal to eat as thin slices accompanied by wine and/or cheese. However, it can also be enjoyed with delicious dishes such as